Hey Sagittarians, how you doing? Welcome to the Crow Tarot. We are going to be looking at your first half of May, general reading here. We're going to start off, but of course, with some animal energy here, and then we'll get right into the tarot. All right. So what is the animal energy for Sagittarius for first half of May? Please and thank you. It's the animal energy. Ooh. Okay. So we got the gazelle. Okay. So what I'm getting with this automatically is the gazelle, this energy can be a choice. Because the gazelle energy is very much about, look at those ears, right? Because of its place in the food chain, it needs to be able to hear and sense danger from a little ways off, so it has time to get it together and, gallop on to somewhere else to get away from that lion or whatever it is. So this can kind of manifest as, in human terms, waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? It does feel like there's this energy of adjustment that's coming through. And see, sometimes the gazelle comes up and it's like, there are external circumstances that can get us to this place of like, listen, there's a lot going on. I have had to reroute and adjust and do the best that I can. So it makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it can be a place where it's like I'm waiting to exhale. It's like that feeling of not wanting to get too comfortable, right? But I'm really getting for you guys that this is an energy that you can move through quite swiftly. And the gazelle, right, is a very swift moving animal as well. So I'm really getting that for you in this context coming into the first half of May here. This energy is not going to be around too long. And if it lingers, it just may, the onus may be on you a little bit to kind of recognize it and decide to exhale and just relax a little bit, right? Okay. Yeah, sometimes that gazelle is like, okay, there's a lot going on externally. This is just it. It's going to take some time. I'm not getting that for you. I think this might be little remnants of things that have been coming on prior to May here. And this is just like a little, I almost said like extra credit anxiety. But I really feel like you guys are going to be able to recognize this energy and thus make adjustments to shift out of it. Okay? Because the counter energy to this, the medicine to this energy, is that of, say, the buffalo, which is trusting and believing and really feeling deeply that you're always going to have what you need, that you're being supported and protected by the divine, really. Okay, let's see what's going on for my Sagittarius for the first half of May. Yeah, the moon. For sure. The moon, major arcana. So this represents the unknown. It represents a feminine energy as well. Right? The unconscious, all of that unseen, unknown, deeper realm, right? Our emotions as well. Let's get to Naza. Ooh, yeah, see? King of Pentacles. This is beautiful. So, why I have a crush on the King of Pentacles is because he's really good at, and this is kind of what differentiates him too in my mind from like the King of Wands or the King of Swords or even the King of Cups. The King of Pentacles for me is very, very balanced and very, very chill, right? He's accomplished a lot. Look at all this bounty, right? Look at all this good. He's got his apples going, chilling in the garden, even got a wing out like, hey, got the star up here. Just really balanced. The King of Pentacles wants for nothing, even on days or situations where things may be getting a little askew or not exactly as he would preferred, or the unexpected, right? I think the challenge within the King of Pentacles is kind of rolling with the unexpected sometimes. But even when that happens, he never quite loses his knowing and centering that he's always going to have what he needs. Again, drawing back to this gazelle energy, right? So we have the unknown, right? Maybe calling to embrace the unknown right about now. And then really coming into that knowing and maybe even seeing evidence of that in the 3D in your given circumstances, that even when times may be a little rough, tough, there are some hard lessons being learned, that it's always going to come back around and that you really have everything you need inside of you, AKA Dorothy. Wizard of Oz vibes, right? All right, let's get another one for my Sagittarians. But this is major energy. You've got, you know, major arcana and then a king here. See, yeah, that's what it is. Six of Wands. I love the Six of Wands because this is victory in a way that other people can see, right? Other influences of, you know, a victory, especially like, let's talk about like a Four of Wands in some context, like that can be an internal feeling of like really happy home. It doesn't always have to involve someone else, not necessarily. But think about it. Four of Wands is, yes, I did it. I got through the first 3 wands and now I'm feeling good. I can just exhale. Then you get to Five of Wands. You may have to, you know, struggle a bit to keep what you have, right? Maybe some competition, whatever. Then you get to Six of Wands and it's like, yes, I battled those demons. I surmounted those obstacles. And this comes up when it's like, you know, friends, family, even the mailman are like, wow, you're a little extra radiant today. You seem like you're in a really good mood, right? It's that this can be something like an internal accomplishment that other people can see in the external or vice versa, or it's an external accomplishment that you feel on the inside. But this is victory, right? In a way that can be, you know, witnessed, seen, and felt in the 3D, which is very, very cool. So let's get some clarifiers here. Why don't we though? Get a clarifier for this moon energy. You know, they're pointing out to, you know, obviously you guys are fire sign. You guys are a fire sign. And we have, you know, the moon represents for me like Pisces, Scorpio, very much a water energy. You can see the water depicted there. Then we have the earth energy here, right? Grounded, settled, secure. And then we have you guys here, right? Getting into your fire placement. So this does feel like a progression to me, okay? So let's get a clarifier for this moon here. Let's do it. Ooh, Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Well, water energy, right? We were just talking about that. So this is really beautiful here. You know, this is a very nostalgic kind of feeling card. This can very much represent love as it was when you were a child and never known hurt before. This is also about, you may be reminiscing, thinking about the past, maybe things that, you know, about the past that you know, have befuddled you or really calling your attention to. You may be reviewing the past, but this can also very much represent a person from your past or a past life that is very much in your energy, on your mind, around you. Okay? And the traditional deck, you know, this is a little boy giving a cup with a flower in it to a little girl. So it's very nostalgic. It's very throwback. Okay? All right, let's get a clarifier for King of Pentacles. But yeah, this is emotional in nature, for sure. Let's get a clarifier for this King of Pentacles. Ooh. So we got the Hierophant. Now, this did want to come out in the reverse, and they're telling me to keep it that way. So, you know, the Hierophant, when this is in the upright, right? And I kind of love that these are 2 different decks, but we got 2 crows here, which, you know, I love more than anything. You know, this is a traditional point of view. But this is also just and fair. It's one of those things where, you know, that saying, everyone knows this saying, where it's like, well, life isn't fair. The Hierophant has a huge problem with that statement, right? And, you know, also the Hierophant is, you know, 5, which is the number of change. The Hierophant, when there is something unfair, imbalanced, unjust, something that needs to be brought to the light, the Hierophant will come in here and work that out, honey. And the fact that it's in the reverse and it's commenting on the King of Pentacles, you know, these emotional things that you've been thinking about, or these could be external things too, work, home, family. Because work, we do have the Pentacles showing up here, that you may just have to live in the question around. Just live in that question. You know what I mean? And what does living in the question really mean? It means that we, you know, you guys may be coming to a place where you're recognizing that the answers are not always going to be there or easily found or easily accessed. And usually there's a greater reason for that. And perhaps that could be because your lesson here, again, mirrored by the gazelle energy here, you may be very much being called to live in those questions and embrace the unknown, that you don't need to have all of the answers to move forward and feel good. By the way, I completely relate to needing to know. Like my least favorite state of being is confusion. And you guys might be feeling a little confused, right? And it's like, no, I want these answers. But the King of Pentacles with the Hierophant in reverse is just saying, you don't need to have all of the answers to just know. It's almost like, it's like there's one of these like oracle cards that come up, I think it's in my angel deck, that's like, everything is as it's meant to be right now. Look past the, disorder and see the underlying, order of it. I think I really butchered that, but it's okay. Everything is how it's meant to be. Everything will be taken to task and righted and balanced out. And we know that, especially for y'all, because the Six of Wands is coming up here. But I think the more that you can live in the question and be okay with what you don't know, first of all, the better you're going to feel. It's going to take you right out of this gazelle energy too. Remember when I said that this for you can really be a choice here? This is not always a choice, by the way, but I feel like for you guys it is. I also am hearing that things may just work out a little differently than you foresaw. And you know what? If you truly have faith and trust that everything's always going to work out for your highest and best good of all involved and in divine timing, it's okay. You know what I mean? You don't need to have all the answers, or it doesn't need to go exactly how you thought it would, right? It's that surrender deal, right? Let's get a clarifier for this Six of Wands here. Ooh. Yeah, see? Temperance, you have got 3 major arcanas here. So major arcanas is basically saying that you are where you're meant to be. Because these minors here, if you see something that you don't like, you can change it with the minors, right? But the majors is like, no, these are soul markers, soul lessons that you signed up to experience in this lifetime, and they're happening right now. Beautiful. So Temperance, guess what? This is your card. Sagittarius energy here, right? Which is all about balance, but also divine balance as well. This is exactly what I was just saying about trusting that even though there may be a lack of 3D evidence to support this, that everything is as it should be, and everything's working out in your favor. But this could not be more gorgeous. The Six of Wands and the Temperance, victory in a way that other people can see and that you can feel internally as well. Balance, knowing that flame there, right? Temperance is just, when we feel temperance and we really recognize that, first of all, it's not the gazelle energy, right? So I feel like this is what you're moving into the first half of May here. But this, I gotta say, I don't know if anything quite feels, at least for me, quite as delicious and comforting as Temperance. Right? It's like, okay, that balance, I feel grounded. I feel like I'm just walking in faith, even though I don't know a lot of things and there may be some confusion going on here. I may be waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like you guys are still, maybe, and I have to say here, the progression of this really feels like, here's how you're starting, time is fluid, all of that stuff. But it really feels like this is where you're starting with the Moon and the Six of Cups. Then you move into this, you're feeling all the things. You're really recognizing, what you don't know, and just having to kind of come to terms and balance out the emotions within you or involving other people in your life that you love, right? Or that you have loved. And then you get to King of Pentacles and the Hierophant in reverse. And by the way, this can be flipped up, right around. This is what I feel like I want to do with this, right? I feel like you're going to move through this King of Pentacles where you're like, you know what? I'm going to trust that I'm always going to have what I need. I don't need to have all the answers. I'm straight chilling in my garden with my apples. You get through that, right? And then you get to the Six of Wands and the Temperance, and then I feel like the Hierophant's going to be right like this, and it's going to be like, look at how gorgeous, right? This is where you're moving into in the first half of May. It's like, wow. I surrendered to the unknown, I really embraced it, and then it all just worked out in this really beautiful, fair, and just way, okay? So just like I said at the top, that the gazelle feels like a choice or, an energy that you can move quickly out of, this Hierophant in reverse feels exactly the same, and we can get it to the upright, okay? Let's get some oracles for you guys. Let's Let's get some oracles. We're gonna get a little angel oracle here. All right. Oracle message for my Sagittarians, please and thank you. Oh, I love this so much. Okay. Hello from heaven. Archangel Azrael, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. See what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe for a few of you, you're like, oh yeah, I can take this literally. But overall for you guys, this is this is literally what we've been talking about this entire reading. Let go of worries and feel the loving blessings that come through the divine, even if it takes, a minute or two for that to manifest in the physical in your given circumstances in a 3D way. You are very much being supported and uplifted right now, right? 6 of Wands and Temperance. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get another oracle here. Yes, I am. But that hello from heaven is gorge. I'm hearing fairness. If you're watching this, you're like, yeah, it kind of, irks me a little bit when things aren't fair, when things aren't just, you know what I mean? I keep hearing that might be a theme for you where it's like, well, but if something is unfair to you and there's nothing that you can particularly do about it within your highest and best good, right? Just trust that the universe is going to bring into balance whatever is out of balance and unfair. Okay, let the universe, your guides, higher power, whatever that is, do you handle it? Because they will handle it, okay? They will handle it. All right, let's get a last oracle for my Sagittarians. Yes! Full moon completion. Okay, so let's talk. Okay. So, we got 2 moons here. We got the moon and the full moon. I absolutely love it. So remember when I said that this felt like progressive and you were going from, one stage into the next and then kind of graduating in success in a way that other people can see, with your card right here at the finish line? This is very much what this feels like. And this is making a lot of sense too with that gazelle energy. And then do you see that circle, how it kind of looks like a, sun at sunset, that circular energy here? It really feels like you guys are going to go through this. It's like a test that you're taking, right? A test that you're taking that you're not going to have to take again. Do you know what I mean? Like it just feels like a final exam of sorts, so to speak. And I do see you guys moving through it beautifully the more that you can embrace the unknown and just surrender the outcome. Surrender what doesn't feel fair or just to you. Okay? But this moon and moon, full moon completion, I also feel like things may come to light for you that have been in your subconscious, right? That may come out. And I think that it may have you in your feelings a little bit, right? But it's okay. You can, like your card here says, you can kind of temper that and just kind of move through it in a way where it's like, okay, these things are, being called from my unconscious. I'm waking up to things. Maybe you're realizing things about yourself or patterns and behaviors about yourself, waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And you're like, oh, okay, now that I'm aware of it and I've looked it in the face, I don't have to do it anymore because I'm aware of it, right? Patterns that we keep repeating usually keep repeating because we're not conscious that it's, a pattern that's not necessarily in our highest and best good, right? Then you see it and you recognize it and you're like, oh, that's what this feels like. That's what these 2 cards together feel like for you in the first half of May. Like the best way I can describe it is through like a sound effect. Oh, that's hilarious. It's so articulate, right? Not at all. But this is exactly what this feels like to you guys. And we can also take this literally. You could also be you could have had revelations around this last full moon, but I really feel like this could be the next full moon that's coming up here too, which is going to be really beautiful for you guys. There are things that maybe that are going to come up, going to bubble up either from the past or influences within and around you coming up here into the first half of May. But you're going to move through it. You're going to graduate and no longer be the gazelle, right? Gorgeous. All right, Sagittarians, I know that your readings have been a bit, medicinal. I hope this is a little sugar, that spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, because I know you guys have been working through these energies, but it really feels like you're about to graduate to a new place within them and move past them. Very much indicated by your card coming up here, which I love. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Also, if this resonated with you and you'd like a little more information and specifics about how to navigate through these energies, I am available for personal readings. All of that info is in the About Me section. And with that being said, just thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.